In just a moment, you'll learn what type of personality I am, aside from a sociopath. See results. Okay, let's see, guys.
The architect, INTJ. Wow.
You knew it.
Okay.
So Ben Shapiro got INTJ in the test, like every other semi-villainous, sarcastic, and intelligent character. And like most of the way that these people are typed, it is wrong. There are 16 personality types to choose from, and all of these characters like vary greatly from each other, and they're all typed as INTJ. Not likely. Um, Firstly, I'd like to clarify though that there isn't much point trying to type a character because the characters aren't really fleshed out. They're like an idea of a person from the imagination, so they don't accurately reflect in Myers-Briggs the way a real person would. Um, Secondly, I'd like to say that there are some similarities between INTJ and ESTJ. Um, Basically the function extroverted thinking. So this is for INTJs, this is their second function, but for Ben Shapiro, it is clearly his dominant function. ESTJs are very straight to the point, matter of fact, no bullshit. Something is either true or false. And that is like unquestionably Ben Shapiro. The whole facts don't care about your feelings, all those Ben Shapiro destroys leftist videos are all examples of extroverted thinking at work. Very blunt, um, very funny for me. I enjoy some of these videos. Um, and if you compare it to someone like Jordan Peterson, for example, Jordan Peterson, it can be quite vague. He just kind of discusses different ideas and perspectives and doesn't always have a point, open to being wrong, things like that. So obviously very different style to someone like Ben Shapiro. Jordan Peterson isn't INTJ either. Some people say he is. Again, nope. um, and then also as the second function, Ben Shapiro has introverted sensing. So someone with this function is kind of very detailed and organized, and they kind of fit the whole path that you're supposed to go down, the working really hard and having kids and all of that, and usually being part of some kind of religion, also usually the religion you're born in, so that community, you're in that religion. So for Ben Shapiro, he's an Orthodox Jew. I don't know if you've seen the yarmulke that he wears on his head. I didn't notice it for a very long time because it's the same color as hair. It just blends in. But he has a yarmulke on, and that's the religion of his family, and then he has the politics of his family as well. So he's kind of staying on that kind of path. So if anyone was ever to fit into a box and be easily typed, it would be someone like Ben Shapiro. But you do see a bit of growth with Ben Shapiro, and he talks about some of the growth that he's made. And for example, with extroverted intuition, this is kind of an idea function, a creative function. People with this dominant function are kind of said to have ADHD. I, for example, have this as my dominant function. So I'm ENFP, so I have all of the same functions as ESTJ, but in a very different order. I'm very kind of chaotic and unorganized and and not a workaholic at all. So kind of opposite almost, but not quite. So extroverted intuition is super funny. It's like crazy. People will say two things and you tie them together in weird ways. A good example of someone kind of in the Ben Shapiro kind of universe that you would know with this function would be Steven Crowder. So you see a lot of variety in the kind of things that he does, and it's always very funny to watch him dressing up as a woman and like trolling people, and his change my mind videos. So his playing devil's advocate and all of those things. Very extroverted intuition. And then finally, as the inferior function, and this is often a really good way to type someone if you're not sure about which is the dominant function, you're between two function, like are they ISTJ or ESTJ? If you look at the inferior function, that's a really obvious way to tell. So Ben Shapiro, facts don't care about your feelings, very obviously introverted feeling as an inferior function. He talks a bit about development in the video as well, where he's kind of more in touch with his feelings and sympathetic and stuff to his own family, which is great, which is what you'd expect, and I wouldn't accept less from someone. So that's good. But yeah, like when it comes to other people, he doesn't really care that much if he hurts their feelings. He's not always very open minded and things, but he's kind of working on that in his own way. But you can't change an ESTJ. An ESTJ is going to be an ESTJ. So that's how I've typed him. That's pretty much all I have to say about him in this video and about the 16 personality types. But I will probably make other videos about that in the future. So let me know what you think. And tell me if I'm wrong. We can discuss it in the comment section, and I will make other videos on similar things because I spent 5 years studying this stuff. Probably have completely wasted my time about it, but it's interesting, so I would like to kind of use that in my videos. So see you in the next one.